Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lesia and today I'm in Estonia. You find me in the outdoors and today I'm going to be reviewing The Keeper's Vow by Francina. So let's get into it. I received Francina's book not too long ago and I really jumped to it because I wanted to read something fun and easy and I really enjoyed it. The Keeper's Vow is a YA paranormal fantasy, urban fantasy following Katie. Katie is a student in high school. She's kind of a slacker. She doesn't really like putting much effort into studying. She's doing everything she can to do her minimum effort and she's kind of getting away with it pretty well, and she's been dedicating her whole time to it when this boy Tristan shows up at her doorstep. And Tristan is a boy with a secret, a boy, some kind of a mystery, and he drags her down with him into this dark world full of paranormal creatures like vampires and werewolves and stuff. And Katie suddenly discovers that she has to be a part of that world and she has to be around in it, or otherwise she might lose everything that's important to her. And that's basically the premise of the book. So what I really liked about it is that Katie is an unreliable narrator, and in this book she really shines as the main character because we see all those struggles that are important to a teenage girl, teenage character. People who were definitely going to like this book are people that like books that are set in college or set around college. So studying is kind of an important part in Katie's life, as well as the terms of her friendship with others, her relationships with others. And so basically this book is full of characters that are quite annoying at times. Most of the time I had the biggest issue I've had was not with Katie, although I've heard people thought that she was a brat and she was spoiled, and maybe that was true, but first of all I really enjoyed her perspective. I found her to be really truthful to herself and to the situation that she was put in, and yeah, she was selfish and egocentric, but then again, what teenage kid isn't? But the adults in the book really kind of drove me nuts, basically because you expect the adults to be more mature and to make more sound decisions, and this is the part that I thought was really harsh in the book, because all the adults had such unclear points and everything that it was definitely very hard for Katie and others to navigate the relationships and to navigate their day-to-day life. I really liked Tristan as a character. I really like those characters that are kind of not really talkative and are also kind of angry, but you still are interested in what happens. And if we talk about Tristan, I found it funny how basically, I'm not spoiling too much here, basically in the first scene Tristan appears in Katie's life and he's very eager to talk and he's very eager to tell her something, but then it kind of goes away as something happens. He just pulls away and he keeps being silent and he kind of goes into ignore mode, and this is something I really enjoyed because I feel like this part of the teenage relationship is kind of really truthful. I mean, who didn't at one point or other experience the ignorance from their friend's side, that crush that you don't quite know whether he likes you back or not? And this is something that really goes on into this book with Katie's feelings as well. She is starting to build up this relationship with others and she's constantly doubting herself, she's constantly doubting Tristan, she's constantly wondering what's going on and how he's gonna react and whatnot, and this is a part that really also pulled me into the book. Now I found that this book doesn't really have a very strong, plot outside of Katie's perspective in this book. I mean, there is a plot and there is action and there are action sequences and really fun action sequences, but I feel like the bigger plots of the world are going to be in the second book, and this was a great step in world building and character summary as well. Another part that I really liked about this book, and probably you're going to like it as well if you enjoy several tropes that are used in this book. First First of all, it's the training sequence or the action sequence where the heroine gets to kick butt or trains to kick butt, but it doesn't happen in one scene, but it overall gradually builds up during months and months of Katie's life. So when she's actually there, it feels so much more rewarding that she can actually stand up for herself. So that's something I really liked about this book. And another part that I really liked about this book as well, it's optional, so it's kind of a spoiler, so it's not a big spoiler, but if you don't want any spoilers regarding this book, please mute, and I will post a sign here saying that it's no longer a spoilery part. So there is a very nice trope in this book, and I'm talking about the mind reading trope. It's one of my favorite tropes, kind of rare, but I really liked how it was laid out in this book. So first of all, Tristan can hear everything that Katie's thinking, and it's driving him nuts, and it's driving her absolutely crazy, because it's kind of like they don't have any borders, or they don't really have any limits, and they can communicate way too closely for two strangers. And I really liked how it played out, because Katie's having all those regular thoughts that a teenage girl would have, and it's such an extraordinary situation for Tristan to be handling all that, and also for Katie, because she's trying to control her thought process, but she can't, and she goes into rumbling, and Tristan has to handle it. So if you're looking for a cute book with a kind of gushy, funny, cute romance, it's kind of cute. I would say it's cute. So definitely go for this book if you enjoy slow building, funny romances that start in kind of a hate-hate situation and have their pitfalls, but in the end they find their balance. I definitely recommend this book for you if you enjoy this story of a girl who is slowly introduced into a different world and she's trying to find her way into it. Don't expect everything to make sense, because as I said, the adults in this book are batshit crazy. Katie's dad doesn't make any sense to me. Katie's friend's parents are also kind of weird. I mean, I don't get their parenting skills at all. Tristan is basically an orphan, so can't really expect much from the adults on his side. So anyway, the adults in this book, not your best examples, but still I enjoyed very much what Katie and Tristan made of it, and I'm definitely going to be looking forward to book number 2. The first book is premiering in September or October. I'll leave the exact date here. Funny thing about this book, I kept having those moments, when you want the characters to go through something and they don't do it fast enough, so you're like, come on already, reach that explanation point when you start understanding each other, or come on, don't be so silly, don't act so mature. But then it's so much more gratifying when this shit actually happens naturally. So I totally enjoyed everything on Tristan's side and Katie's side, and oh my god guys, such a cute relationship. You've got to read this book. I hope you enjoy it. I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. If you've read it, let me know what you thought of it down below in the comments. So please go and check out Francina Simone's review of her own book. It's spoiler free and you're probably gonna enjoy it. And I'll see you guys later with my next video. Bye bye!